Hey, Salut Friends. Today we are taking a look at Voyage Parfum from the house of Hermès. This was created by their then in-house perfumer, Jean Claude Ellena. Now, Hermès is a house that I really love. I like that they always do their own thing, never follow any trends or try to copy other houses. They've always focused on making classy, quality, timeless scents. They of course come from equestrian roots, saddlery and such, which you observe in all their creations, be it the design of their leather goods to clothes, jewels or scarves to perfume bottles and the scents themselves. That last part mainly due to the house theme established by Jean Claude Ellena. Speaking of which, Jean Claude Ellena is a bit divisive. Many consider him one of the best and some others feel like he is overrated and his scents are not as exciting. I myself am a fan. I like how he has gone through different phases in his career, learning from Edmund Rodnitska, started with very complex scents, perfumey and structural profiles, and then transitioned to his minimalist, watercolor, transparent style, which is very well known for. I'm taken with how till day, into his 70s, he still tries to do things different with releases like Heaven Can Wait, while still keeping his personal signature. He has worked with L'Artisan, Frederic Malle and the likes before joining as the in-house perfumer at Hermès, and was at the helm for 15 years and played a huge role in designing their collections as a brand. With this one, Voyage, there is an original EDT version which I really liked. Then I saw that there was a Parfum version and thought,
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
the bottle itself is unique and based on a pocket lens and has this swivel mechanism. I quite like this presentation. So what's going on here? When I spray this, I get a blast of lime, combination of fresh, warm, spicy qualities, a noticeable amber and big musks. So going one by one, the lime in here is indeed fresh, tart, bitter with a touch of sweetness, more green than lemons, rindy, sour and quite realistic. This starts brisk and the hints remain for 15 minutes or so, longer than your usual citrus openings. This is joined by juniper, which is also fresh, aromatic, green and woody and complements the lime very well. It is really close to the EDT version till this point. The way the other notes are adjusted from here on out and the new notes that have been added is what differentiates it. Now the spicy notes start to come through. I'm getting multiple types here: cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, pepper, anise, except for the usual Ellena cumin, more like some caraway seeds in here. But the one that is primarily present is the cardamom. Here the cardamom, in fact all the spicy notes are done in a classy manner, meaning they are not pungent in your face or overly sweetened with tonka or vanilla. The cardamom really smells of fresh pods of the actual thing. It is aromatic, mentholated, green, woody and spicy. Here it starts out fresh spicy and becomes more and more neutral as the time goes on. It stays on till the far dry down pretty much. This fresh, spicy cardamom and the opening lime and juniper are contrasted with the other spices. Ginger pepper can be fresh or dry. Clove can be cool and warm. Cinnamon can be dry and warm. All these come together. Somewhat crystalline, watery, icy, grassy qualities are present there too. So these interactions make the scent come alive, like there is some movement in there. All this adds to the verticality of the fragrance. It is not flat on your skin and neatly ties in with the Voyage theme of the fragrance, which took me some time to fully grasp. It is very aromatic, vivid and has some nuances of a fougere with some murky, woody qualities, though it does not fully go there. Now even though it is in the base, the amber, particularly the labdanum, already peaks out during the start of the dry down, which is another thing that differentiates it from the EDT. The labdanum here is quite musky and in combination with the rindy lime and spices, comes across like clean, unwashed skin. Feels like Jean Claude Ellena's way of compensating for the lack of cumin. There is this spring water in a copper vessel, kind of metallic, mineralic, swampy, earthy touches here. It also helped pivot the verticality of the invigorating top notes. Now after 20 minutes or so, when we enter the dry down, the freshness obviously is lesser. The spiciness is still here, just a bit lesser and drier. All this is joined by a tea note, which is also dry, bitter and green, adds some calming qualities to the scent and leads you into the floral heart. There are no in-your-face florals, but more so pale undertones. There is some fresh dewy rose in there, some musky, steamy jasmine touches from the Hidione, also nuances of neroli, touch of geranium and some dusty facets possibly from some iris in there. The green facets also still remain. Again, all these notes are not listed explicitly but more as green notes and woods. Now as you enter the far dry down, the spicy floral nuances are still persistent. Some soft amber which rounds the base of the scent. Some cedar and sandalwood adds to the woody, creamy, soapy qualities of the scent. Just like the amber, they add some contrasts and help in landing of the scent. I also feel like there are some notes that are not listed here. I'm also getting some hints of mossiness, some rooty vetiver, some soft suede-like hints, and this is what is left at the end of the wearing. Now the performance is just above average, lasts for about 6 to 7 hours, moderate projection from the start for an hour, and gets closer to the skin as time goes by, softer skin scent by 5 hours. So it is just fine. I go heavy on the sprays with this one, like 10 sprays including some on my clothes. It is a Parfum concentration but still very much in the Jean Claude Ellena minimalist style. More of a unisex scent with the presence of woods and florals. Very versatile, should work well pretty much in any occasion, season, day or night. Has enough freshness for the summer, spring and enough depth for the fall and winter. Like wearing a clean cotton shirt would work great with this one. The pricing is not cheap, but it is okay for a Hermes Parfum concentration scent, relatively speaking. Overall, it is a very classy scent, slightly on the mature side, which is why this had a lot of chatter when it released some 10 years ago now, and has kind of fallen off the radar, though it is a very versatile, appealing, easy to wear scent, to the point that you can substitute this for any blue fragrance. I guess it just did not fit the sweet aquatic trend for it to be a top seller. Which is fine, not everything needs to be a mass appealing scent. This one smells very high quality for a signature line scent, which is very consistent with the Hermes collection of fragrances. They are always sophisticated, like you can't find a crude sweet clubbing scent from Hermes or from Jean Claude Ellena for that matter. It is fairly complex, has this coming alive motion kind of sensation to it. Some cleansing quality too, like taking a bath in spring water in a foreign land. Also reminds me of sipping on some cardamom tea in India, not chai, I mean without the milk. Also has this intimacy because of the musky facets in there, which keeps things interesting throughout the wearing. The spices, florals, woods and musks are very well integrated in this impressionistic fashion. Play of textures and colors and lights and shade throughout the wearing. It definitely has Jean Claude Ellena's signature all over it, and this is the last of its DNA, I think. He kind of used Eau de Hermes as a reference and made many iterations. Déclaration, the Bulgari tea perfumes, some from the Hermes Eau line, Bigorat Concentré and even Terre d'Hermes. So it may be redundant to some. I don't have all of those, plus this is a bit more contemporary and fits with my personal taste. Jean Claude Ellena may not be my number one favorite perfumer, I don't have one in fact, but if I have to bet on a perfumer like Hermes folks bet on horses, it would be him. Why? Because he's probably the most consistent living perfumer that I have come across. His contemporaries like Ropion, Roussel or Cavalier would do a 10 out of 10 scent and then immediately after do something underwhelming and crash and burn and repeat such cycles. Whereas Jean Claude Ellena may not be pushing one masterpiece after another, but he is very consistent even between his signature range and higher end releases, and has put out an average of 7 or 8 out of 10 scoring scents over his entire career, which is much more hard to do, and this is just another example of that. Overall, I really enjoyed this one, definitely one of my favorite Jean Claude Ellena and Hermes creations. So, that has been my review of Voyage de Hermes. Thanks for watching, take care and ciao.
En fait, il fallait que je joue la complémentarité. Je l'ai joué féminin, masculin, frais, chaud, léger, mais tout aussi tenace. Et puis, à la fois linéaire et en même temps rond. Le mot voyage, ça désigne une action, c'est pas un lieu. On peut traduire le lieu en odeur. Et traduire, exprimer l'action en odeur, ça, je trouvais ça très difficile. Cette notion d'élan me paraissait la chose la plus importante. Pour moi, il fallait que ça soit, que tu aies un ressenti quasiment glacial, que ça te gifle à quelque part. Et, donc cette odeur qui gifle, qui fait que, ça y est, tu pars. C'est ça l'expression du voyage pour moi.